Where are you? In Hollywood.
In the fields of the Kherson front, Ukrainian artillery crew deploy a multiple rocket launcher system Grad. The 40th Separate Coastal Defense Brigade is preparing to strike Russian forces in the temporarily occupied part of Kherson region.
This machine is a year older than me.
The BM-21 Grad is a Soviet-era development, but it remains highly effective according to Ukrainian soldiers. A single salvo of 40 rounds can precisely hit Russian positions up to 40 kilometers away. Because of this, the Grad is a high-priority target for Russian forces. The crew must operate as quickly as possible to avoid detection by enemy reconnaissance.
Everything has to be done quickly now, before entire batteries would set up in fixed positions. Now, with drones in play, that doesn't work anymore. You have to act fast, drive in, fire and get out. Less than a minute, we arrive at the firing position, set up the buzzsaw, adjust the level and magnet, apply terrain corrections and align the launcher according to directional angles. Once the sight is zeroed in, we can target the machine precisely.
Before Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the serviceman with the call sign Tsigan worked in construction. He volunteered for the front over a year ago. He is familiar with military service, having completed his mandatory duty back in 2008.
If I compare my past service to now, it's a completely different world. Back then, it was like serving in the Soviet army, no technology, nothing. Now we have advanced systems, drones, computers. It makes everything much more interesting.
The Grad crew never sees their targets directly. They fire based on coordinates provided by reconnaissance teams. The results of their strikes are reported immediately.
All our strikes are recorded by reconnaissance drones, which adjust our fire accordingly. We can see everything. The best outcome? A high number of enemy personnel eliminated, plus several destroyed vehicles.
The 40th Separate Coastal Defense Brigade has previously defended the Sumy region and Donbass. Now they are holding the line against Russian forces in southern Ukraine.
There's no easy front line. Every direction is incredibly difficult, incredibly dangerous. The enemy is trying to kill us everywhere, but in terms of intensity, the Kherson front is a bit easier. One day in Donbass feels like an entire month elsewhere. The experience you gain there is unmatched. Airstrikes, guided bombs, artillery, Shahed drones, it never stops there.
Pavlo is from Chernivtsi. At home, his wife and young daughter are waiting for him. He has been on the front lines for a year and a half and believes he will return home after Ukraine's victory.
My personal motivation is my family's safety, my wife, my daughter, my parents and all my loved ones. No one else can do this for me. And secondly, no one has the right to invade our country with weapons. Those who come to us with a sword will die by the sword. That's my motivation. We have only one goal – victory.
Reported by Katerina Bastun, Daria Litovchenko from Kherson region, UATV News. The Viking is an amphibious all-terrain vehicle, the BVS-10, originally designed for UK Marines operating in Arctic and desert conditions. Now it's aiding Ukraine's defense forces on battlefield. Specifically, it's being used by the Ukrainian Navy's 1st Battalion of the 40th Separate Coastal Defense Brigade. Snow, mud, swamps. Viking overcomes all obstacles. This tracked vehicle is highly versatile. It can be used for medical evacuation or the fire support vehicle, including for assault units.
This vehicle is designed for transporting personnel and various supplies. We can also use it to deliver ammunition. We've had it for a short time. We've been using it in combat operations for a month and a half now.
The BVS-10 Viking has been in production in Sweden since 2006. In 2023, it was first introduced into Ukrainian armed forces. Serviceman Oleg explains that he quickly learned to operate it. The vehicle consists of two parts, the front section weighing 5 tons and the second section weighing 3.5 tons.
A drive shaft transmits power to the rear section. The engine is in the front section. It's quite fast and more maneuverable than other similar vehicles.
What's its top speed?
The maximum we've reached is 78-79 kilometers per hour.
Similar vehicles are used by the armed forces of Sweden, Germany, Austria, France and the UK. Ukraine received several dozens Vikings as military aid from the Netherlands. One of its key advantages is its ability to traverse water obstacles and navigate minefields with ease. Its armor provides protection against bullets and shrapnel.
Наша конструкція разом з ВТЗ
We reinforced the vehicle's structure and added mine protection against scattered mines used to contaminate our territory. It helps with clearing them, so to speak. We welded additional shielding to protect the rubber tracks. If a track is damaged, it can come off, making the vehicle inoperable. Smoke grenade launchers are installed to create a smoke screen. The vehicle is also equipped with night vision devices.
For fire support, the vehicle is armed with a machine gun, an analog of the American Browning.
Зняв, вистріл. А тут лента вже в нас іде заряджена.
The belt is loaded, everything is ready to fire, the gun can rotate freely. This part was modified at our request. Originally, the ammo box held only 100 rounds. Our technical team modified it to fit 300 rounds, so you don't waste time reloading, cause anything can happen. 100 is less than 300.
Among Oleg's crewmates is the oldest soldier in the unit, a serviceman with the call sign DEAD. He is 51 years old.
Працюємо, як є робота, так і працюємо, як я скажу.
When there's work to do, we do it. We receive an order, we carry it out, whether it's evacuation or resupply. If I see enemy fire, I provide covering fire. We make sure we don't get overwhelmed.
Before the full-scale Russian invasion, he worked in construction. In the first days of the war, he joined the Territorial Defense Forces. A year ago, he transferred to the Marine Corps. At home, Dad has daughters and 7 grandchildren waiting for him.
Вже внучки старші, 14.
My eldest granddaughter is already 14, finishing 9th grade. She told me, "Grandpa, end the war and be there for my graduation."
He recalls that some of the toughest battles took place in Donbass, especially near Toretsk.
Саме ближче на СПшки були то.
At one observation post, we were just 100 meters from the enemy. At night, we could even hear them arguing among themselves. I spent 11 days there. If you haven't seen it, you won't understand. I'd say it's better not to see it at all. But if the enemy comes to our land, we must defend our country. If not us, then who?
Since late 2024, the 40th Separate Coastal Defense Brigade has been carrying out combat operations in the Kherson sector. The soldiers say that thanks to modern military equipment, their missions on this part of the front are far more effective.
Буде перемога.
Victory will be ours.
Reported by Katerina Bastun, Daria Litovchenko, UATV News.